Hey guys, Mr. SLIN here. Uh, I figured I'd share with you guys some thoughts. Haven't really done one of these before. Just a vlog, no footage. Just share with you my thoughts on main calling. Uh, I've been playing TF2 for like 5-6 years now, which is a crazy amount of time when you think about it. And I've played on a number of different teams, and it's weird. Like every team has a main caller, right? The guy on your team who's supposed to tell everyone else on your team what to do and how to do it. And I've developed a lot of different thoughts about main calling on when I'm on different teams and working with different people. And I thought I'd share these ideas with you because I think they're kind of interesting. Um, when I first started playing TF2, I'm kind of a control freak, to be honest. So I like telling people what to do. I like telling them how to do it. And that's not what main calling is about. Uh, Main calling is about using the information that you know to help your teammates be better. And in TF2 especially is a game that has no mini-map, right? So when you play a game like League of Legends or CSGO or whatever, there's always a mini-map that you can look to for information. In TF2 there is no mini-map. So much of the game is about telling your teammates, hey, I'm here, where are you? And just communicating like that. There's some things that can't be said, and that's called chemistry, where I just know what you're going to do without having to say it, right? And there's other things that need to be said in order for your team to understand what's going on, right? So if I say soldiers on the high ground there and scouts over here, those are what I call comms. Comms are pieces of information that you tell your teammates to give them an idea of what's going on, right? And every time you tell your teammates, oh, soldiers on Spire, this guy's over here, that guy's over there, you're creating a mental image for your teammates as to where the enemy is and what they're doing. And that is so important to the game. There's some games out there where you don't have to talk, or you don't need a microphone. I'm not quite sure which one of those are. Every game that I know that's played on a high level, like you need a microphone for, but if you did like a 40-man World of Warcraft raid or something, I suppose you could just blend in and not have to say anything. If you're playing EVE Online and doing one of those huge raids, I'm sure you wouldn't need a microphone. But in a game like 6v6 TF2, everyone has to be talking. Every one of my teammates can talk. And that brings me to the other idea, which is calling, right? So you have comms, which is just useful information. Then you have calls, which is information that you tell your team, that you literally tell them what to do because you know more than they do. And I'm fortunate on my team to have a team of at least 3 main callers. Like, I'm sure if my team were separated and put on different teams, we would have at least 3 main callers, maybe 4. But pretty much everyone on my team can tell anyone else on the team what to do. I think there's certain roles. I think probably Zigster on Roamer probably has the least amount of information at his disposal to tell us what to do. But I'm fortunate between me, Goldfish, and Hooli, our Pocket Soldier and our Devilman, like we can make enough calls for the rest of the team to know what's going on, and that's great. And our scouts are doing a great job of calling as well. And I remember a long time ago, Pure, Bradford Ross from Mix Up, when they were in the All-Star Dream Team, right? It was like Brad and like TLR, Ruin, Enigma, like all these top players, Platinum, like the best team that TF2 has ever seen. That team had so much main calling power on it. It was incredible. Like every single one of those guys could be a main caller on their team. But I think that when it comes to main calling, it's tough when you're first starting out, because I remember being in that position, right, where like you're just starting to learn the game and you're just understanding like game sense and like, oh, like what am I trying to do and what are they trying to do and how do I counter what they're trying to do. Like that's all the game is about at a certain level. Like once you get past the DM and all that stuff, if I can shoot well and you can shoot well and we're about even, now it becomes about the strategy, right? And when I first got into main calling, I made a lot of mistakes. And I think that's something that everyone needs to understand when you first start main calling, is that you're going to tell your buddy what to do. You're going to say, oh yeah, we should totally go in on this situation. Like, let's push. We're going to take him down. And then you're like, oh, whoops, they had Uber. Like, sorry, I messed up. And you have to create a nurturing environment on your team where you can make mistakes and you can forgive each other. Because if I'm upset at you for telling me to do something and you messed up, like if I get upset about it, we're not a very good team, but if you can get past that, then now you're a good team, you're working together. And yeah, so I've gone through different phases when it comes to main calling. Some teams I have my phone. Some teams I know more than my teammates, so I'll tell them what to do. And other teams, my teammates will know more than me, and they'll tell me what to do. And this sort of give and take. But I think at a certain point, and I've reached this point with my team, is that everyone plays at about an even level. I'm sure there's some players on my team who think they're like way better than other people, or like, some people on my team who think they're way worse. There's all sorts. But I think generally the skill level on my team is pretty even, just like it was on the Epic Classic mix-up, the Dream Team. And when skill levels are about even, we don't know any more than each other. We've been on a team together for long enough over the course of a season where we've pretty much told each other how we think about the game. So, all of our game philosophies have come together and melded. So it's at the point where we all think exactly the same way about the game, and that's really important as well. Different stages getting past, as you're getting past as a team. But we've been struggling over the last month or so to try and figure out how to do main calling. Before, it was me on Medic, Goldfish on Pocket, and X as our demo man. And X could call, Goldfish could call, I could call, but sometimes it felt like, oh, let's make Goldfish the main caller tonight, or let's make SLIN the main caller tonight. And when you have a main caller for one night, it's tough because, yeah, I love talking. I love main calling when I know what's going on. But when I don't know what's going on, I don't feel comfortable telling all of my teammates what to do. Like, if I know something, if I knew we have advantage, I'm perfectly happy to tell everyone, hey, yeah, let's do a push, we have advantage. But if I don't know if we have advantage, I'm not so comfortable making that call. And so for a while, I told myself, yeah, I'm not very good at main calling. Like, yeah, I'm going to keep main calling on the DL for now. Like, I'm not going to main call as much. But really, what I was saying to myself, and I just had this realization, was, hey, it's not that I don't like main calling. It's that I don't like main calling when I don't know what's going on. And it's perfectly acceptable to not know what's going on. Like, a lot of people have big egos. They like to be like, yeah, I'm the best. Like, I know everything about the game. I should be an invite. You can't know everything that's going on at all moments in time. There's going to be certain moments in TF2 where your teammate can see around a corner that you can't see past. Especially when you're playing Medic, you're line of sighting all the time, trying to take damage. The guy in front of you is going to know way more about the situation than you know. And it's not right for you, who doesn't know anything behind the corner, to say, oh yeah, you should totally push here. Like, I can see exactly what's around that corner. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. If you can hit tab and you see that you have more numbers than they do, if you have more people alive, then yeah, maybe you make that call. But it's really important on a team to make informed decisions. And that is why it's important to have multiple main callers on your team. I never really understood how powerful what it was that mix-up had until now. It's like every single person on that team is so good that they can all make calls on what's going on. You need 3 to 4 main callers on a small team of 6 people to really function well. You look at all the top teams now in Invite, and every team going to LAN has 6 people who could talk if they really wanted to. It's just a matter of, should you be talking when you don't know anything? And I think that's the struggle that happens on low-level teams, is that you have people who are telling other people what to do, and they think they know better than you, and it really shouldn't be about that. You just need to get all of your knowledge, all of your game knowledge out there, let your teammates know exactly what you're thinking. And then from there, any person should be able to say what they need to say. And if someone messes up and makes a bad call, that's just what happens, Like, people are going to make mistakes. It shouldn't be something to get upset about. So, yeah, that's just my basic thoughts on main calling. It's just kind of like flushing my ideas out there and seeing what you guys think about that. But let me know, are you guys main calling on your teams? What do you think about the idea of having multiple main callers, and is that a thing? Or do you think that you need to have 1 or 2 main callers at most on your team? Yeah, I used to think in the past that you used to have 1 or 2 main callers on your team. The Medic would keep track of Uber, and the Pocket keep tracks of numbers and health and stuff like that. But on my team nowadays, like, we just do whatever. Like, whoever wants to talk that night is talking. Sometimes this guy's having a good night, he's gonna talk a lot. Sometimes this guy's having a bad night, he's gonna not talk so much. But I think we've built up enough trust with each other where not random people, but different people can say different things based on what they know. And I think it's really important to get to that point on a team when you're getting better. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.